Okay, this equation looks really nice and you are going to like it. We have x times this parentheses with x times this parentheses with x plus 1. And then here we have a plus 1 and then another plus 1 here. And then that's equal to 0. How do we solve such a nice looking equation? Well, don't worry. Just do the usual business. So inside out. Here we have this parentheses with x in front. So just distribute this x first. So we have x times this is x squared. This times this is just x. And then we have the plus 1 like this. And then we have the plus 1, and that's equal to 0. And then continue. We have this parentheses with this x in the front. So distribute here, here, and here. So we have x cubed plus x squared plus x and then plus 1. And that's equal to 0. Now we end up with a cubic equation. And this is actually really nice because we can solve this by factoring, by grouping. The first two terms and then the last two terms. From here to here, from here and here, we can factor out x squared, and then we will have x plus 1 left. And then x and 1 cannot factor out anything, right? But we can take out 1. Here we have a plus though, so write that down right away. Factoring out a 1, and then we will have x plus 1 left. Now, we have x plus 1 in common, so we can factor that out. And then we have x squared plus 1 left, like so, and that's equal to 0. We cannot factor this anymore, but how about this? Yes, we can use complex numbers. Check this out. We will get x plus 1 here, still the same, but this right here can be written as x minus I times x plus I, and that's equal to 0. So we have a product of these three factors equal to 0. We can just make each one equal to 0 and then work them out individually. So x minus I equal to 0, x plus I equal to 0. And here we have it. Subtract 1 to both sides, plus I to both sides, subtract I to both sides. We have all these three answers. Okay, I know. I'm going to show you guys how I factor this right here real quick. So, x squared plus 1. First, we want to look at difference of two squares, right? So instead of the plus, let's rewrite it as minus and then minus 1. Still legit. Okay, for the x squared, this is just x squared. Bring down the minus. Now, what times what will give us negative 1? The answer is I. I squared by definition is equal to negative 1. So we can look at this as I and then squared. So we have a difference of two squares. Therefore, x minus I times x plus I. And that's how I factored that. Could we have done it in another way? Yes. You could also put this equal to 0 and then do it like this. X squared plus 1, make it equal to 0. Bring the 1 to the other side. So you have x squared equal to negative 1. Take the square root to both sides. Don't forget the plus or minus. Cancel. X equals plus or minus square root of negative 1. You answer that with I. So you still have the same answer. That's it.